Hey, what's up guys? So in this video I'm going to bring you guys the top 5 second basemen that you can buy. So I want to show you guys the top 5 second basemen that you can buy, and then I want to show you guys kind of the top 4 or 5 alternatives that, you know, if you don't have the stubs, you know, you play no money spent, that you can, you know, still have a competitive team, still have comparable guys, and maybe better than the top 5 guys that, you know, you would have to spend stubs on. So leading off here, we're actually going to go to right field, and we're going to go with Mookie Betts. So, you know, you can get him, you can put a buy order in for around 10,000 stubs right now. He does have second base as his secondary position, and he is going to have diamond fielding there. It's going to be above 90 fielding, above 90 reaction. His speed is okay, and his arm is okay. His arm is just good enough, honestly, to play second base. 75 is plenty for second base. But this card does play pretty well. He's a righty. He has sneaky pop, even though it's 68, 65. And he has 82, 84, so above 80 contact on both sides of the plate when he's facing the righty and the lefty. And he has 80 vision, 92 discipline for the check swing. So, you know, he does pretty solid. And what's nice about him is he has some active quirks. So he has unfazed, so he's going to get a bigger PCI or bigger contact when it's 2 strikes. Bigger PCI versus fastballs, breaking balls. I mean, he's a great hitter, and those active quirks really come in handy for this card, and he's why he made top 5 for me, honestly, for second base. So moving on here, we're actually going to go back to second base for number 4. And number 4 on my list is Nick Madrigal. If that's how you say his name, I don't know. I have not used this card. I've heard some reviews from people that said that this card is good. What kept me away from this card is his power in this game. You know, it's really power heavy, and there's a lot of options out there. But this card on paper, and again from reviews from other people saying that this card plays well, is a very, very nice card. So he has 111 contact versus right, and then 99 contact on left. I mean, that's phenomenal. He has 114 vision, so he's going to have a very, very big PCI. His power, unfortunately, though, is very low. His discipline is low, so the check swings, he might, you know, if you check swing a lot, which I know a lot of people do, including myself, you know, you might not get those calls sometimes. His fielding is great. He's got the 75 arm like Mookie Betts, but what really makes this card nice is the fact that he has 98 speed and 92 stealing. This is the top of the lineup bat. And honestly, at second base, this is a great choice if you want to go the route of, you know, paying stubs and not playing any other game mode, like doing the team affinities or anything like that. Like, this is a great second baseman to have. So that's number 4 on my list. Number 3, let me look at my list here, is actually Brian Roberts. So I like this card on paper. You know, keep in mind you can get this card, and if you like him a lot, you can lock him in, prestige him. So he'll get +3 across the board. So he has 108 contact versus right with 66 power versus right, but if you lock him in, you prestige him, he'll then have 69 power and then 111 contact versus right. Right now he has 90 contact on left and then 57 power versus left, but if you lock him in, he'll have that 60 power. 94 vision solid, 91 discipline is solid, he'll get +3 boost there. 84 fielding, so even with the +3, he'll just have 87 fielding, not above 90, but his reaction will go over 90 if you prestige him. He has 75 arm, which again seems to be the theme here, 75 arm for second basemen. You put +3 on him, 78 arm. What makes this card again nice, similar to the Nick Madrigal, is the fact that he's got 92 speed, 97 stealing. He'll get +3, so he'll be topped out at 99 speed or 99 steal and 95 speed. So great card. And what's also amazing about this card is the fact that he's a switch hitter, so he's always going to have that advantage at the plate. You know, switch hitters, it's really hard to put a value to really determine, you know, what's the value on switch hitters, but I think it's, I mean, they automatically get boosted up because they're switch hitters. You're always going to have an advantage at the plate, regardless of their splits or anything like that. So in my opinion, this is a very good card. And he's number 3 if you want to go out and purchase a second baseman. So number 2 on my list would be a very, very expensive card, and it would be the collections, and it's going to be Craig Biggio. So number 2 is Craig Biggio if you want to go out and purchase a card. Technically, you can purchase this card. You just have to complete the whole AL Live Series collection. So I do have this card. I like it. I started off slow with this card, but I'm starting to come around with his swing. His swing's a little bit different. You got to get used to it. 106, 107 is phenomenal. 79, 80. He doesn't meet the 80 power threshold versus righties, but you know, you can prestige this card, so he'll be above 80 across the board. 101 vision, 100 discipline, everything is great. His fielding and reaction will all go 90 or 90 above. His arm's 80, he'll have 83 arm after you prestige him, and he's got 90 speed, 90 stealing, which again, once you prestige him, he'll have 93, 93. So this is arguably, people will probably say this is the best second baseman in the game that money can buy, but I put him at number 2. And what's also great about Craig Biggio is the fact that he can play the outfield. Even though the outfield's stacked, I mean, I don't really know why you would put Biggio in the outfield, but if you wanted to, that's the option. You could do that, and then a catcher. I personally just don't care for him a catcher. I don't know why. He gets a lot of pass balls. His arm just seems to be kind of weak, but maybe that's just me. But he's number 2 on my list if you want to purchase second baseman. Number 1 is going to be, again, have not used this card, but on paper and from what I'm watching in videos, this card's ridiculous. Ben Zobrist. So very expensive. He's a Battle Royale reward. So if you guys are lucky enough or good enough to do that, you know, you can go ahead and get this card. His secondary positions are amazing. He can basically play just about everywhere except catcher and pitcher. 83 contact on right is okay. But he has 106 contact on left, 82 and 80, so he meets that above 80 power threshold, which is great for a second baseman. 83 vision and 110 discipline. Honestly, the vision's good enough, and the discipline is phenomenal. Excuse me. 86 fielding, 84 reaction. Honestly, that's good enough. 79 arm is great. His speed's a little low, but 65's, you know, respectable. So I think that's right around what Mookie Betts was. And this card just mashes, man. Like I've watched him on stream with some of the streamers and people on YouTube. I've actually played against this card, and it rakes. Like it hits bombs. And again, it's a switch hitter, so you can't really put a price tag on that. It's a switch hitter. He's got great stats across the board. He really doesn't have much weaknesses at all. And he's a switch hitter, and he's got all these secondary positions. I just feel like easily he's the number 1 best second baseman in the game right now, that if you wanted to purchase him. You know, if you guys have used this card, let me know what you guys think. Am I crazy for putting him above Biggio or what? But that's the number 1 first baseman that money can buy in this game. All right, so some alternatives, and keep in mind, all these alternatives are technically free, okay? That's what I wanted to do for the no money spent people, which is myself. You know, what are some alternatives if you don't have the stubs, you don't have stubs or whatever? Honestly, number 5 on my list is Xavier Edwards. This is a switch hitter. He has very little power, so you're not going to hit any home runs with this guy, but he has great contact, great vision, great fielding, great speed. His arm is very weak, but at second base, you know, you can get away with it. But for a complete budget team looking for a second baseman, you honestly can't go wrong with this card. He could lead off for you. He could bat second, or he could bat 8th. If you like batting your pitcher in the 8th spot, he could bat 9th. Like, this is a great card. I've used him in the lower ranks, and as you see, he batted 377 for me. He's a very good card, and the fact that he's a switch hitter, again, you can't really put a price tag on that. So that's number 5 on my list for alternatives. Number 4 on my list, have not used this card. I have played against it, have seen people use it, and it's ridiculous. Ozzie Albies. So again, switch hitter, can't put a price tag on that. So his splits do look pretty one-sided. You know, it looks like he hits great against lefties, but those splits they don't play that way. From everything that I've seen, everybody that's talked about him, this Ozzie Albies plays up against righties. So I would not be concerned about that. His arm is extremely weak though at 54, but he does have, you know, great fielding, great reaction. His speed's 73, so that's above average in my opinion. So this is number 4 on my list. Give him a try. Let me know what you guys think about him. Number 3 on my list, Going back to the Tampa Bay Rays, so is Vital Bruhan, 95 overall. So this card is very comparable to the Brian Roberts. If you look at them on paper, if you look at them side by side on the game, you're going to think it's the same exact card. It's very, very similar. Very, very similar. Vital Bruhan's got a little less power versus lefties, but you know, his fielding is great, his speed is great, arm is good enough. He's a switch hitter again, which is like a common theme here. It seems like at second base. He has secondary at shortstop and center field. He's a very good alternative to Brian Roberts. So if you didn't pick Brian Roberts in the rewards in the third inning program, or you don't want to drop 45K on him, just do the team affinities and just get him. Like he's probably just as good as Roberts. Yes, you can't prestige him. Roberts is going to have a little bit more power, but this card is just as good as Brian Roberts in my opinion. So number 2/number 1 when it comes to second baseman alternatives to the ones that you can buy is going to have to be, I'm sure you guys know where I'm going with this, Ryne Sandberg. So some people think this is the best second baseman in the game, and it could be. I have not used him yet. But he has above 80 power on both sides of the plate. He has above 100 contact, so it's better than Ben Zobrist. He has above 100 vision, which is again better than Zobrist. He is not a switch hitter though. He has more speed than Zobrist, and as far as I know, his fielding is better. So on paper, this card honestly looks like it's the best second baseman. If you compare him and Biggio, they look very, very similar once you prestige Biggio. And this could be the best second baseman. And what's great about it is it's free. So for you no money spent people, all you need to do is pick them when you get here to your choice pack in the reward path. Go ahead and take Ryne Sandberg, and you ultimately are going to have the best second baseman in the game at this time. And you could probably leave this guy on your team for the rest of the year as long as you're playing, and you're going to be good to go. So that's my top 5 second basemen that money can buy, and then your top 4 alternatives if you don't want to spend stubs. So let me know what you guys think about this. I'm going to probably do the next video on first basemen. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you for watching.